goes out and only scores 4, but you never really watched Sam Pulis and go, oh, he's about to take him down or he's about to score. You never really got the feeling that he was the guy on the attack or dictating things. And that's where Keller just being very patient, knowing he's the veteran, and that's a little bit of that maturity we talked about as well.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch Peyton Keller in the MAC tournament, and hopefully he has the opportunity to compete in Kansas City. He battled last year in Tulsa in the NCAAs against a national finalist, Virginia Tech's Bryce Andonian. So we'll see what happens, but Keller undefeated to close out the regular season at 11-0. Now we turn our attention to 165. This is Hunter Shaut, redshirt senior from Mohawk, New York of Buffalo, and Jack Lledo, the sophomore from Penn Valley, Pennsylvania, typically doesn't start at 165, but Garrett Thompson not wrestling tonight, the 12th ranked wrestler in the NCAA coaches poll.
Yeah, I think that goes back to kind of what we talked about a little bit earlier as well, is tonight, yes, important, yes, rivalry and things, but being healthy on March 8th and the 9th, a little bit more important. And so Thompson's got his top 10 wins. He's got his, top 20s. He's beaten his Peyton Hall. He's gotten tournament placings. He's got a great RPI. He's ranked in the coaches pool. Tonight wasn't needed. And I think that was more so kind of what we'll see there, and at 184 pounds kind of with Zane.
Hunter Shaut with a 3-point takedown early on. And, yeah, going off of your points about Garrett Thompson, he's 9th in the nation with 9 wins by fall this year.
Okay, he's got 9. So I guess maybe he is one outside of the top 10 there if those guys are right at all about 10. So definitely think, though, smart, and that's what Coach Greenlee kind of told me tonight. He said, yeah, we're still got 2 guys not going to go. He said, but they could. He said, easily could wrestle tonight if we wanted them to. He said, they're in there wrestling right now. But it's just one of those things where, why do you do that? And then something, re-aggravate something freakish happens, and then now you're sitting there going, man, we shouldn't have done that. So I think maybe Coach Greenlee's experience in that chair has also part of that decision, right? He's seen both sides of what could happen if you send them out when they're not 100% maybe. As Lledo does a nice job getting his escape, getting back to his feet.
Jack Lledo earned his first career MAC dual meet victory last weekend by sudden victory against SIUE last time out.
He went big with that inside trip he's got. So that's something that was a little bit fun to watch there with Lledo last week, as he really played off of some of those upper body, big move tie-ups, kind of the belly-to-belly, the over-under, maybe a little bit of a thrower himself. So see if he can kind of take a guy like Shaut, who's definitely got that baseline, hands low, head in front defense, and become a little bit more dynamic with some of those big moves.
3-1 lead for Hunter Shaut, as Buffalo through 5 matches has won 4 of them, with Peyton Keller winning by decision just a moment ago, as we're through one period of wrestling in the 165 matchup.
Shaut looking like he's rocking the double ear pad on both ears there, so he must have some sore, beat-up ears, because he's rocking it on both sides. That's like almost like a double-wide trailer on the headgear, I guess. A little extra space on both sides.
Yeah, I put the headgear on once, and you can't hear it. I can't hear much.
You can't hear much. It definitely takes a lot of getting used to, and you just wear them enough that you kind of learn. But I never wore one if I didn't have to wear it. I did have surgery on both of my ears because of it. After stabbing it and draining it for a month straight, your ear gets so sore that you can't do it anymore. Nice little high crotch attempt there out of Lledo, just a little bit too far away. I think right there is a situation where Lledo was actually leading his opposite leg and then had to switch his lead legs to fire off his high crotch attack. And if that's the case, that'll take a little bit of extra time. As I say that, shot drops in on the head inside single on the left leg of Lledo, looking to pull it out and try to get it up on a shelf here.
Leg grab.
There you go. Oh, that's a nice textbook finish out of Shaut. He had the head inside single. He drove to his feet. He drove into Lledo. And then you see right there, he kind of gave him a little check to fake the dump position is what we would say. And then as he fakes the dump, he brings the leg out, gets it all the way up, and gets his trip finish. Really nice, patient, textbook single leg finish there out of Shaut.
We saw Jordan Greer do that a couple of weeks ago at home.
Yep, we did. I remember that because I think
big time. That was against George Mason.
Yep. Oh, he spiked the big boy right there. So really nice finish there out of Shaut.
Yeah.
Lledo got 20 seconds here. He's got into quad pod situation. Now he's to his feet. Got to get your hips away and break the hands here of Shaut. Just 13 seconds left. A big 13 seconds, though, in this match.
Lledo trying to get away. And Shaut holding on tight.
Right there, that's a little bit of that savvy sportsmanship, or gamesmanship, I guess you would, that I was talking about with Rake. He gave it up inside of 15 seconds left. Shaut knows, hey, can't give up the point. I can give up a free stalling call, though. I do like that decision, so good on him to kind of get that right out there and give himself a essentially 7-2 lead here heading into the third period once you add in the minute 42 of riding time.
Yeah, a bunch of riding time for Hunter Shaut, who will start on bottom in this third period.
Haven't got to see Lledo on top much, as we're going to see a caution on the bottom man there. Be interested to see if Lledo's got some of the junkyard dog effect within him now as well. Been in the room, I guess, the better part of a year and a half, almost 2 years. So hopefully he's probably been working on some of his top game, as I'm sure being a PA guy had to have that in high school as well. And Shaut just doing a nice job right there of, taking an unaware Lledo who was kind of lackadaisical in that position, took a rest. Shaut, re-attack right off the escape. Sometimes you'll catch a guy off guard there. So just high alert wrestling right there, trying to wrestle hard, non-stop wrestling.
(7-2) advantage for Hunter Shaut, a redshirt senior, 8-10 in MAC this year.
As you see, Shaut goes double underhooks, goes front trip, doesn't get it. Lledo tries to pull headlock, couldn't get it either. Now we're looking at 1:10 to go. Effectively 8-2. A takedown would be a major decision here for Shaut, so that's kind of what we're looking at now. Or, it's not out of the picture that a feet to back for Lledo wins the match.
We'll see what Jack Lledo has up his sleeve here. The sophomore coming off his first career MAC dual meet victory last weekend.
Shaut goes head inside knee pull. Doesn't get it. Lledo does a really nice job of re-attacking, though, and then you see the hips of Shaut throwing him in at him, getting him off of him, and getting his hips away, back to their feet, as he now goes post-high crotch but doesn't get it. 28 seconds left. Lledo really got to start moving here if he wants to try to get this. And it's almost Shaut that you see kind of on the attack as he's trying to increase that 6-point lead and get the major decision. Back to the single leg, this time not as patient. And there you see that's kind of where that patience in the second period, first attempt that he had at it, makes a big difference, because there was 6 seconds left. He's up against the clock. But still goes out and fires off another one off the whistle.
Quick spin around, and Hunter Shaut will close out this by decision. Got the point for riding time, 8-2. And Buffalo continues to dominate here this evening. And we will step aside. Coming up next, 174, our matchup to watch. Don't go anywhere here in Athens.